Hello and welcome back to another episode of Power Rangers Lore. Today we're going to talk about Omni, the Magnificence. Now, if you don't know who this is, he is the main villain of the SPD series, which is very surprising because we only see him a grand total of 3 episodes, and barely so. Reality-wise, we only really see him 1 full episode as the Magnificence. The rest of the time, we just see him as an eyeball or a brain. Now, who is he and why is he so important? And how did he become the main villain if he was only seen a few times? Well, let's go. As far as we know, we don't know what happened to his original body. We don't know what happened to begin with, but we know that he's a conqueror. And his past is completely unknown beyond that point. We've only able to see him just slightly throughout the series of Grum talking to himself throughout the series, explaining basically why he failed, justifying his reasons for his failures, what is going on. Basically, you see him mumbling. You just think he's just basically a crazy dictator guy who's obsessed with all his different reasonings for doing things and going, well, I'm about to beat the Rangers next time, I promise, da 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 da. Well, we find out that he's not just talking to himself, but he's talking to none other than Omni. Now, we would find out that he's the one really in charge when he starts having headaches and basically being yelled at. Now, in truth, the real person who would find out this is Mora. Mora would basically find a room that she's off limits with, and she starts going, no one tells me I can't do certain things, and she sneaks in and saw the brain and the eye stalk that is Omni, and screams out in terror and runs and flees, and is immediately caught by Grum, who then throws this powder into her face that turns her into a brainwashed slave and pledges allegiance to Omni. Now, it is later revealed when it yells at Grum that its name is Omni, after he's basically has Grum's like going, blah, 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 screw Kruger, I'm gonna kill him myself, blah, blah, blah. Omni's going, I don't care about Kruger, I care about the resources of the Earth. And that's why they're attacking the Earth, to drain its resources for a weapon known as the Magnificence. Now, what is the Magnificence if it's not Omni? Well, it is technically Omni in several levels. It's a colossal biomechanical body that essentially the Omni wants to basically to create for himself. He wants a body again. He wants to interact. He probably wants to conquer and slaughter and feel the thrill of the battle again. Now, he would, once he gets his body near the end of the series, he basically locks it in, he connects it to his body, and fights off the SWAT Megazord and basically destroying it. That is until Doggy Kruger opens an access panel from the inside and allows the Megazord to deliver a maxed out laser blast, causing it to implode, taking Omni with it. That is the last time we see of Omni, but we know a few things beyond that. We know that Grum was basically all his plans and strategies were not just himself. He's more of just like the warlord hero. Well, Warlord himself not really a hero, but in his mind he's the hero. Basically going down there leading the troops, all the type of stuff. He's just a general. He's not this cunning, manipulative person who knows how to work all these grand strategies. That is actually Omni, who's basically looking down from the ship and just looking, going at certain things and going, okay, this is what needs to be done here. We need to move our troops here. This is where I need these resources. And he has the overall plan. Now, once this happens, he dies in a massive explosion, of course. Now, in his original form, he has a really alien voice sounding. It's like really out there. But as soon as he becomes a Magnificent, he has more like godly booming voice. We see a big change there. He feels as though he's God rather than a sniveling, creepy creature. So it's pretty interesting to see that. Now, we know that he's able to control the weak-minded. Even Mora, he would consider to be weak-minded. The only person he doesn't seem to control is none other than Grum himself, who probably has great will. It only bows to Omni because he basically needs Omni for all the resources that he has. The ships, the mind-controlled army, all the type of stuff. And the robot army he all has. How do you keep that going? Well, that comes from Omni, and he needs him to basically make a name for himself. He calls himself Emperor, but in truth, it is Omni who rules. Now, what other things do we have? He has ability of speech, even though he lacks a mouth. So it's more of like a psychic projection. And through that way, he has a psychic force. He has psychic powers, able to both talk and harm Grum through a distance, as well as probably many others. and the brainwashing powder. But again, we know that the only person who's able to resist it is Grum, because he's able to argue back against Omni's orders and basically give lies or reasons, or have to justify. He can't just read his mind completely. Now, in his godlike form, in his technically Megazord form, he has super strength, he has armor, he has flight, space, survivability, basically able to survive in the vacuum space, has energy balls, mouth fireballs, as well as mouth lightning balls. He likes to shoot things from his mouth. Now, his major arsenal is a tentacle club arm and the Omni staff. That he carries a large staff to aid in combat, has sound waves and lightning generation to basically just shoot out red, orange, yellow lightning or white lightning. Now, to note one little special note here, a little factoid. He is the second. His second form is the second largest villain in the entire Power Rangers series to date. Now, the first would be Dark Spectre from the Power Rangers in Space, and the third being Imperious from Mystic Force. That is pretty interesting. And the fourth going on now is Evox, even growing up further. Now, what else could be going on there? We don't know. There might be something bigger than that, but he is massive. Almost planet-sized, guys. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy. If you have any questions about the Omni, the Magnificence, let me know in the comments below. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Thank you very much. May the power protect you always. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe at the end of this video. All your likes help me out, and all your watchers do too. Thank you very much, guys. I would really like to discuss with you guys what your topics are. May the power protect you always.